animation used for basically a lot of stuff. And an example would be advertising. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this leprechaun at least once.
Frosted Lucky Charms!
They're magically delicious.
But seriously, this magical guy has made millions for just being a magical guy. Also, another example would be education, like pretty much what science teachers call movies, aka National Geographic, though just re-uploaded to YouTube. But anyway, animation is the type of thing that a lot of people use for a lot of things in general. When doing this research, not only did I stumble upon the serial stuff, but I also found an article talking about what animation can do to a person. Doesn't seem that interesting at first, but when you actually know what you're reading, it makes sense. Though, to summarize it all up, it's basically talking about how small details like graphics, audios, and even the art in the animation itself can impact the viewer by leaving a message for them or having them interpret what they saw in their own way. You probably might have noticed that happened to you at least once, right? Watching a good animated film and loving it. That's an impact. And another thing, I was looking around and I found a very long document. And I mean very long. It had around 28 pages. So figuring it all out was definitely a challenge. But luckily, I succeeded. So, the whole thing, it's just explaining how animations are very effective for education purposes. Basically for things like graphs, science videos, as I said before, and a lot more actually. Even this animation is for education purposes. So, all in all, animation has done a decent job for pretty much anything. Since in society today, it's actually important, and that's because animation from all over the world has done at least one thing for at least one person. And what I mean by that is, these little motion videos you see made by other people have been able to influence so many, like changing their mind on a topic, or open that person up to a new perspective. Maybe even try to get the viewer to do something for themselves or others. Anyway, animation is, I guess you could say, revolutionary, and maybe having all this info in mind will change the way you see these little cartoon characters on your TV screen. Because I know it has for me.